Friday the 13th, Part 7. Jason is back once again. Part 7 being The New Blood. Now, I've heard from a lot of people who have watched this movie and reviewed it that it is the black sheep of the Friday the 13th franchise. That it's worse than 5. Honestly, I don't know why they're thinking that. I mean, yeah, it's got some problems. But I don't know why they think that exactly, okay? The story is, a little girl is listening to her father and her mother fight. The little girl hears the father hit the mom, and she runs out and goes out onto a boat into the lake. He tries to calm her down and everything. She accidentally kills him with her psychokinetic powers. Now just hold on a second here. They're not jumping the shark. Just listen. Years later, she's going back to the place because her doctor believes this will help her psychosis. While trying to will her dad back from the dead, she unsnaps the chain that Jason, was attached to and frees him. He doesn't kill her, she passes out. Maybe because he was happy she freed him. Now, Jason was under there for quite a while because, you can see some of his bones, his spinal cord and collarbones are showing in the back. So he was down there for a good maybe 15 to 20 years before he's released. Now, with the title The New Blood, what I got from that is, they're not camp counselors. They're just teenagers who went to one of the cabins so that they could set up for a surprise birthday for their friends. And as soon as Jason comes out, of course, he starts killing people and everything. And you find out that the doctor is trying to get this girl, Tina, to use her psychic abilities more and everything, for his own benefit, even though he keeps swearing he wants to help her. Now, a lot of people stopped watching after they find out this girl can move things with her mind. But honestly, it's not that bad. You still get the same Jason to where he's going around taking whatever he can find and killing people, doing some very unique deaths and everything, some, great ideas, great scenes and everything, some, the campy Friday 13th, someone goes skinny dipping. It did not rain in this one, though. No one got stabbed from underneath a bed either. But, usually with the climax of the films, it's a regular, ordinary woman or guy or girl or both who are going up against Jason, who have no super healing abilities, are not super strong and everything. They're just a plain, ordinary human, and they find a way to beat him. And that's what's really cool. It's like the underdog story, the underdog is fighting the champion, and they're gonna win. And this one, I do miss that, but I don't. Not exactly. I mean, Tina, she does have a lot of problems with screaming and freaking out, but because she can move things with her mind, she gives a healthy and good challenge to Jason. Jason actually has a challenge. Of course, he doesn't understand what's going on, but, she's able to move things. She tries electrocuting him. That doesn't work. She hits him with a couch. She tries choking him and dropping him, setting him on fire and blowing him up. She tries all these different things, and she can move things with her mind and everything. And, if you got a movie about a guy who can survive underwater for years, who can be brought back to life by being shocked by lightning only twice, can take multiple gunshots and everything, and still come back, is it that far-fetched to have a girl who can move things with her mind? I don't think it's that bad. It's not that bad. A lot of people are like, oh my god, they totally jumped the shark and everything and ruined it. They didn't ruin it. I will say Friday the 13th Part 7 is weaker than Friday the 13th Part 6. Only, there's only like one or two reasons why. With 6, you still got a lot of the Jason and everything, but, it was like Tommy's conclusion to his story. After him appearing in the fourth film, dealing with Jason and everything, dealing with the imposter. This one, it's closure for Tommy. Tommy wants to get closure and take down Jason once and for all. So that's what he's going to do. In 7, there's, this new girl and everything. She's trying to figure out her powers. She's the one who accidentally, releases Jason. So it's kind of like 6 in a way, too. It's Tommy's fault in 6 why Jason comes back to life. And it's her fault why Jason escaped in number 7, from the bottom of Crystal Lake. And the reason why she accidentally erases Jason is she's trying to bring her dad back. And she accidentally snaps Jason's chain, holding him down to the ground. Now, you can still tell there's a couple of death scenes or a couple of spots with body parts where you can tell it's completely fake and everything, but it's a Friday the 13th movie, and by this point, I'm kind of expecting it. I think it's really funny and cool and entertaining, actually. Like I said, the deaths are really cool. You got one guy who gets his head crushed like this. A girl gets some birthday thing shoved into her eye. Someone who gets beheaded. Someone who gets nailed and slit throat. Someone who gets thrown out of a fucking window again. That is just, I love the being thrown out of the window part. One guy gets stabbed at the very beginning, along with a girl who ends up getting stabbed here through her throat. A lot of gruesome deaths, and Jason just doing what he does best. But the climax of the film, when she goes up against Jason, at first she just tries holding him down, knocking him in water, and breaking an electrical cord and electrocuting his ass. That doesn't work. So then she tries shutting a door and putting a table in front. That doesn't work. She tries hitting him with a potted plant with a head in it and a couch. That doesn't work. So when they get to her house, she does a Home Alone thing, knocks him through the stairs. They try to get out. He isn't done. She hangs him with electrical wire and drops him in the basement. That doesn't work. After she forcibly broke her mask off and we get to see his fucking distorted face and everything. And by God, he doesn't look human anymore. Irony. And after that, she decides to open up gasoline and spray it all over the place, set him on fire, the house explodes. And you think that stopped him, but it didn't. He shows back up again, tosses her to the side, knocks out, Nick, the guy who liked her and was trying to help her, and, what is it? One part that I think is a little much, even though, okay, yeah, I said that the psychic thing isn't a bad thing. To save herself, she uses her powers so much, and she brings back her dad, who grabs Jason and yanks him back down into the lake. Doing the psychic thing is not jumping the shark or being too much ridiculous, but when you add more stuff, can make it ridiculous, That to me just, that was a bit much. I can bring my dad back to life, which is what I was trying to do, and he drags Jason away and we're all safe and everything. I don't know about that. Also, too, another character that two characters that I'm glad die in the film, and you probably will too, is, one is the doctor, because he literally is only trying to use her to learn the abilities and everything so that he can, win a Pulitzer Prize or something. He even goes so far as to remove an item she swore she saw, and to make her think she's only hallucinating. He gets his comeuppance in the end. He gets killed by an old-fashioned weed whacker by Jason. And the girl who was trying to get into Nick's pants the whole time is being a dick to Tina because she comes from a nut house. She finally gets her comeuppance after they try to convince her to stay in the house. She says, fuck you both. Gets a freaking axe into the head and thrown into over a TV. So, those two deaths, you'll be very happy that someone dies. No cops in this one. Where, like, in 6, cops were, like, a main thing. There are no cops in this one, which I don't have a problem with. It's that whole thing, the cops show up at the last minute, but who called them? Because an ambulance shows up, too. Who called the ambulance? Now that I think about it, in, like, every single one of the freaking movies, who's the one who calls the ambulance if everyone's dead? I don't get that. Anyway, I'm just going to keep rambling on forever. My final verdict on Friday the 13th, Part 7, The New Blood, is an 8.6 out of 10. It is a good movie. It's better than 5, but I still think 6 was a little bit better. I mean, I like the psychic thing. That was pretty cool and everything. But then the whole thing of having her dad jump up out of the water and grab him is a bit much. And, the fact of the deaths were really good and everything. It was just missing some of the, classic Friday the 13th stuff that wasn't in this one that 6 had some in. Alcohol. There was a guy who drank, a guy who did weed, but that was about it. There was, like, no heavy drinking. A couple people had sex and everything, but, which I always did. This one girl I wish didn't die, she looked geeky and everything, and, they tried to be nice and everything. Her friend told her she needed makeup. She makes herself look nice, and then she ends up getting killed before anyone can see her. Jason's just a dick. And I honestly don't think being dragged back onto the lake, he's going to be dead. So no wonder they left it open for another one, because he's definitely not dead. Go ahead and leave me a comment down below. What did you think of Part 7, The New Blood? You know, like and share this video with your friends. Maybe they'll agree with my opinion, maybe they won't. And you can check out my previous Friday the 13th reviews in my on my channel. Thanks for watching, and have a more phenomenal day.